Hey, what's up, wrong person? How you doing, man? My mic muted? Nope, nope. Audio's working. Yeah, how's it going? Wrong person? I just typed hi. Would have been faster than your Discord link. Probably. Probably. You seem to be a lot less stressed lately. And I keep forgetting to log back in at around like 6:30ish to reset all expeditions. Exams are over, but I thought your exams were never over. Because, like, from what I remember, you said that the type of exams that you have are like, instead of happening, like, all happening at the same time, they're like spread out throughout the school year or throughout the semester. Already preparing for year-end exams, and my DNT is still ongoing. Well, your DNT thing kind of, you know, I think it's kind of nice that you actually have stuff to do at school like that. Because it's so it adds a lot of pressure. Like, it in and of itself is a lot of pressure. Like, and that at the same time happening with everything else, like everything else gets extra pressure, like even more pressure than it normally would on their own. But it's also, it's a lot more realistic. Like, it's, I don't know, it trains you for like the real world, like, you know, like after college. Because now, you know, it's not a guarantee that you're gonna face something like that like your whole life, but you might end up in a career path that takes you to the types of workplaces that do have that kind of environment, where you have your normal everyday stuff that you should be doing every day, and at the same time you have like one big thing that's happening like all in the background. Tiny bit of breathing room, or maybe I'm just in denial stage of grief. You know, sometimes it would just be nice if we had like Adam Sandler's remote from Click. You know, like, I just, oh man, exam weeks, like exam week. Okay, I don't want to have to deal with this, and then just click fast forward. Overdue assignments. Man, that kind of sucks. I mean, like, wouldn't you be doing those instead of talking to me now? Oh, shoot. Messed that up. Only picked up 2 orbs. That was weird, but 6 overdue assignments is much less than usual. Well, at least you're used to pressure. Yeah, at least you're used to pressure. Cause like, okay, here's some example scenarios. In school, you're being pressured all the time, right? And then like in the real world, You might be pressured all the time, but you also might not be pressured all the time. So, would you rather like be prepared for the worst and end up with only having a chance to live out the rest of your life with the worst, but also have the chance to not be the worst, or be not prepared for the worst and still the same odds? You know what I mean? Okay, I could have worded that a lot better, but I don't know. I hope you got it. I really don't know how to word that a bit better. During June, I had 31 overdue assignments. Life was horrid. I slept once every 4 days and lived off caffeine. Isn't that what life should be? Like, wait. That's what life should be, right? Isn't it? And then you realize, wait, y'all don't live like that? And then you realize like everyone else around the world doesn't live like that. By the way, one thing I've noticed, like about this event, I don't have to talk to the NPC. Have you noticed that? About this combat event, I don't have to talk to the NPC because like we've had this event like over and over again. I just like, I'm here. In fact, the teleport waypoint was just ready. In fact, like I was actually confused about it last night because like the words teleport waypoint unlocked just suddenly popped up on my screen. And when I teleported, it was like, oh, well, oh, I can interact with it immediately without having to talk to the NPC. Is this a sign? Like, I don't know. Is this a sign that Hoyo is deciding, you know what? Let's take it easy on our players. They don't want to talk to some NPC to do some event that, you know, some event that they just want to get in and get out of. Hey, what's up, Chokoshu? How you doing, man? Back then, need to talk to an NPC, right? But then, like, okay, so it's also not every event, right? Because, like, with this event, I had to talk to the NPC. So, I think, now if you think about it, this event was like a super casual one, right? Like super casual, like mini game one. But this event is for like the tryhards, right? Like, okay, you get where I'm coming at, right? So this event was for like the casuals who don't mind, or in fact might even prefer or enjoy having to talk to an NPC and like reading through like whatever it is lore, magic lore that they're talking about, right? Whereas like this event is mostly for the tryhards who don't care, are just here for the rewards and the combat. So like, is this a sign that they are putting in a little more effort than before? Like, if it is, I'm happy. I hope it goes on. I hope it continues. Oh, wrong person. If you want to do showcases and whatever, this event is where you should be doing that. This event is where you should be doing that. Now, okay, it's not, I don't think it would be like an accurate representation of your builds. But if you just want if you just want to show like the biggest numbers your characters can make, this is the event for you. Okay, so, oh really? Okay, so I'm assuming you haven't done this event yet. So, okay, let me just build my teams. Let me just put my teams together and then I'll show you why. Okay. Where are they? Where's Bennett? Where's Bennett? Bennett. Oh, there. Okay, I'm an idiot. She was right there. Monster list. Rune guard. No. Okay. All right. No. Hang on. Let me think. Should I? I'm trying to think like what my layout should be. Okay, can I? No. Okay, no clicking and dragging on this one. No clicking and dragging. All right. Can I use the same teams? But you don't get the thing. Motive force. Okay. All right. I guess I'll use this here. But I don't know. Yeah. Okay. No, I certainly don't want overload over there. Okay. I'll just go with OG. Rational. Yelan. Cookie. You. All right. And then over here, you, and you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. The other one is a combat while the other one is just throwing balls. Right. So like I don't know. It seems to line up, right? Like the one that was for casual players, like had like you had to talk to the NPC, and like the casual players don't mind stuff like that. Or at least a lot of them don't. Right. In fact, some of them might actually prefer that. Whereas like the tryhards, like most of us here, like we don't care about NPC stuff, like about whatever NPCs say about the event. We just want to get in there, fight, and get our rewards. Hey, what's up, Elijah? How you doing? Damage records show up in your achievements in this event. I might do it. From what I understand, I think they do. Yeah, because like even Abyss shows up as right? Like, and the thing is, like Abyss has cards, right? Which like if you think about it, like they shouldn't appear like be counted with like for example the highest damage you do, right? Like the purveyor something achievement, right? But in Abyss it totally counts, right? So I'm pretty sure this event also totally counts. So okay, yeah, look at these, right? Like you just basically get buffs, like you get currency, this currency for you get this currency for using like certain characters, right? And in fact, you get more of this currency by using characters that are more built, like leveled up higher. Like if you look at these, right? Like they have different amounts of motive force. Like for example, this character it gives 4. This character gives 2 because and I'm assuming like even though he's level 90, I'm assuming this is because I didn't level up his talents at all. Right, so I'm assuming they take that into account because they have the data for that, right? Like they have the data for that. Like if you go into like the character build guide thing, like that they added, like the feature that they added a couple patches back, so they have the data for that. So they know like how invested in each character is, right? Like they know my Mona has like doesn't have a lot of talent stuff in it, right? Like probably not even built. Probably doesn't even have artifacts. Like even Chivros has artifacts, but all her talents are level 1. I think she's still on like the 1-star pole arm until now. So she only gives 2 motive force, whereas Rosaria, she's fully built. Charlotte, she's fully built. So they give, even though they're lower level than Razor here. Yeah, so basically like using characters that are built that are more built gives you more of this, which allows you to get more of this. And look at these buffs, right? Like 80 EM. I go over here and then let's see. Shield, no. Where was the enter reaction one? Yeah, there you go. See? Like look at how much damage you could get out of this. Oh, this is the HP team. Charged attack team. This okay. attack, skill and burst. Yeah. And this thing. Perfect. Did I miss the story quest? No, no, I haven't done it yet, Boney. I'm doing chores first before I do the story quest. Need three teams, yes. So this event is actually quite similar to, in terms of like account requirements, it is kind of similar to Imaginarium Theater. Right? Like, okay, so the fact that it needs 3 teams, and you also benefit from having your characters be built more. Right? So it's kind of, I guess, like it's Hoyo trying to encourage players to build their characters more. Did I forget to use Cookie? Oh no, I didn't. Letting you use limited 5 stars that you don't have are the best events for me. Oh yeah, right. And like it's a win for the players and it's a win for Hoyo. Because Hoyo allowing you to use the limited 5 stars, and most of the time like it's the 5 stars that are on the banner, right? It's like a way for them to promote their new characters, and like that means like the players who can afford to, you know, pay for them and get them will get them, and like Hoyo's happy, player's happy. Right? Like, obviously, the player who can't afford it will just think, wow, this is such a good character, I can't afford it. Well, I'm sorry, but not everyone can be happy. Okay, great. I hate these guys. Like, you never know who is gonna back away and who is gonna come at you. $98K from Bennett. This is crazy. 262 casual, 262K. My Raiden Shogun on, and this is my C0 Raiden Shogun, by the way. This is I'm on the 3rd account. So this Raiden Shogun does not normally do 200K. I missed. Yeah, this is C0. So like yeah, like I told you, man. You like doing showcases? This is the event you should be doing it in. Now, unfortunately, there are no like bosses, at least not yet. I'm sure there probably will be, or at least I hope there will be, like in the later parts. Like, look at this. My Nivelet, by the way, never does up to 50K. Or I wouldn't say never. Like, I guess in Abyss, he can with cards. But like this, like look at this. Like in this team, no, I've never seen my Nivelet do like 50K per tick. And I don't even have Farina's buff anymore. Let's see. Let's try going for like the full. Oh, I couldn't swirl. Okay, swirl. Let's see how much you do. 63K. He never does that. My Nivelettes never do that on any of my accounts. What? Why did I have Electro on myself? I was so unimpressed thinking it was C2. No, no, I'm on the third. I just realized, like, I'm on the third account. Hydro. Let's see. Okay, Dendro team probably wants to be on the second side. Can I? Okay, character preview. Okay, yeah, here. See? I'm on the third account. Is my C0 Raiden? So, because like, I saw the number, and I was like, 262. Wait, like, don't I do that normally on my C2, on my C3 Raiden? And then, so like, I looked down to the bottom right on my, like, I looked at my UID, like, to, I guess, to remind myself which account I was on. And then I realized, like, oh, this is the C0 Raiden. Oh, wait, I'm an idiot. No. What is this team? What am I trying to put together? Okay, you, and you. And then, last one. Do I want overload? Okay, none of these enemies can be knocked away. So I'm going for a Chevrolet team. Yeah. Can I just, like, have a preset, please? Like, I don't want to have to, like, put the things on over and over again. Attack. Where's the skill burst thing? Okay. EM. Elemental reaction. And then crit damage. I was gonna log on, then I remembered I lost Yelan 50-50. Oh. Now I want to quit. Oh, that's what that message was for. I saw that message earlier. It was like, oh, what's this quitting thing about? Okay, it's the 50-50 loss. Man, that sucks. Well, at least, like, there's Raiden Shogun. There's a Raiden Shogun rerun and a Kazuha rerun potentially coming soon if rumors turn out to be true.
手元に葉があるのなら拙者が草笛で一曲奏でよう。
Weathering Away 120 FPS version 1.2, while Genshin is unknown or might not be possible. I mean, we know it's possible, right? Because, like, doesn't Genshin have 120 FPS on some pro iPhone models? Because, like, some pro iPhone models have 120 FPS, 120 hertz screens, right? And even some iPad, like an iPad Pro, I think. So we know it's possible. Are you gonna watch the special program this week? Is it this week already? It was announced super early, so I'm pretty sure everyone's just forgotten when it's gonna happen. Wow, that's this Friday. 12 a.m. That's an unusual time. 12 a.m. UTC 4. UTC minus 4. I can't remember what UTC is. What time is it now? Just please show me what time it is now. Okay. UTC time now is August 13th. 3:28. Okay, minus 4. 11:28. a.m. Oh my god. Why can't I just get like UTC -4? I just don't want to have to convert. -12. Can I please just get UTC -4? Like how? A time converter. The GMT. Okay. I can't. Okay. So UTC -4 now is oh, okay. So it's exactly 12 hours behind my time, which means to 12 a.m. Wait, it's noon? Really? Wait, for real? Well, it's noon for me. That is an unusual time for a special program. Well, yeah, I mean, it's 12 a.m. for UTC -4. I'm at GMT +8, which is 12 hours ahead of UTC -4. So for me, that's noon. And like for whoever is at UTC -4, that is midnight. Wait, okay, UTC -4. That is, oh, that's like the USA. Yeah, like oh yeah, that's like New York time, I think. New York time now, 11:38. Yeah. Yeah, that's like New York time. So new, like, have point .0 special programs always been a different time? I know it's not always the same, because like sometimes I've noticed the special programs are sometimes like there's sometimes 7, and then there's sometimes 8, and sometimes 8:30, 7:30. I know it's not always exactly the same, but they're generally like around the same time, right? Like in the evening, for me, in my and GMT +8 in the evening, like somewhere around dinner time. But like, what is this? I don't remember if point .0 special programs were ever at noon for me. Most live streams are likely nighttime or daytime or not midnight or noon. Right? I know. It's so weird. What an unusual time. Oh, wait. I just thought about it. Is that if we overthink it, we could take that and immediately think that they are prioritizing not Europeans, because like Europeans, that would be like an even worse time. Are they prioritizing Asia? Because like it's a very convenient, like kind of unusual time for like their American players, right? Like for their players in the Americas. It's a terrible time for their European players. But it's a perfect time. It's a really good time for their Asian players. I imagine it's probably not the same. Probably not the same special program that's being shown in their Chinese market, right? Like it's probably a different special program being shown, like for Chinese players. So I don't know. I can't imagine that it's to cater to Chinese players. I'm gonna finish up the physics worksheet and go to sleep. It was nice hanging out. I'll be watching the stream replay. Have a great stream, RJ. Good night. Oh, all right. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us, man. Yeah, good luck, man. Take care. I'm wondering, by the way, like, what is this, like, circle that appears on some of the enemies? Because, like, sometimes it's red, sometimes it's green. Like, is it like an aura? Like, is it like some kind of indicator that tells me I shouldn't get near the enemies when it's red? And, like, I can get near them if it's green? I'm not even using Al-Haytham. None of these enemies are tanky enough for me to even take Al-Haytham out. Oh, I guess this guy. If you get temporary banned from commenting, does that mean I can't comment on your stream? I mean, like, it's a temporary ban, right? I mean, like, if it specifically states that it's temporary, then doesn't that mean it's temporary? Ow. Oh, this is good. That means I get the 300k on a C0 Raiden. Jeez. Oh man, this is disgusting. Oh, nice. This is unfair. Oh, I should not have done that. I should have done this first. 315. This is unfair. I mean, like, these enemies are tankier than normal. But, man, I feel like a bully. 50k Xiangling. Those aren't even vapes. 330k on a ride and burst there. I just got Yelan on 79 pity, and now I get to know Kazuha. We'll rerun the next banner. I mean, like, if Yelan, if this is your first Yelan, I think you'll be happy. Yeah, I don't think that's much of a problem, man. I think that's actually good. Now, the problem is, can you still get Kazuha? That's the big problem now. I mean, like, because for me, at least, like, the way I prefer to use my accounts, the way I prefer to build teams, I think Yelan and Kazuha are both just as valuable as each other. Both in combat and overworld. I can't see the locked ones. I've been arguing with many people in the YouTube comment section. A lot of my comments are getting removed. I mean, that'll happen, man, if you argue with everyone. Here's like, okay, here's the thing you have to consider. If you're arguing with literally everyone, like, it's either that everyone has a problem or you have a problem. Because like and like the odds of everyone having a problem are right are pretty low. Like maybe the odds of like 50% of those people being wrong are kind of high. The odds of like 30% of those people being wrong are even higher, but the odds of everyone being wrong. And the thing is too, like nowadays you don't even have to be wrong for everyone to argue against your opinion. And whatever it is, yeah, like you just like nowadays you just have to be on the less, like you just have to have the less popular opinion for everyone to argue against you. And like you could be the only right person and everyone would still argue against you if your opinion isn't the popular one. Ah, that's true. That's true. Chokoshu's right. Yeah, you can still get Kazuha because, like, remember 5.0, right? New region, new art conquest and stuff. Still plenty of plenty of primo gems to get, and of course events, right? Like even if Kazuha comes out on the first half banners, you can still like do probably like the main event of 5.0, and like maybe 2 or 3 smaller events. So yeah, there's still plenty of primos. Well, all right, that'll be very helpful. 83 flat defense. Yeah, the most helpful thing I've ever gotten. Told someone to jump off the ridge because they're defending CP? Who's CP? Cell phone? Neverlet and Yelan, the only Hydro you want to pick, if you're very picky on Hydro. I can't imagine anyone not wanting Xingqiu. I mean, unless if they have like a personal, I don't know, peeve against Xingqiu. Like, at least like practically, I can't imagine anyone not liking Xingqiu or like wanting to not have Xingqiu on their account. Oh my god. Sorry, my mouth is kind of dry from just being open for like 20 seconds straight. I don't want to say anything just yet. Because, like, I'm still upgrading artifacts. And, like, I'm afraid that if I say anything, the rest of my artifact rolls will become cursed. Like, yeah, like, because I said something. Like this one. Oh, man. Like, is this even... Yeah, okay. It's bad. It's bad. Pretty bad. Unless if I had an Emelie and, like, I really just wanted to use Emelie ASAP. Like, that was complete garbage. But, dude... That's not even like the highest rolls everything. Like my crit damage rolls are pretty low. I think that might be the highest crit rate artifact I've ever gotten. I think so. I think my other highest one is like 16, which is on my main account. I think it's on Hu Tao or Diluc. I haven't even been playing Genshin. Like I've been grinding Valorant nonstop. What do you grind a shooting game? What do you even grind? What did I want to do? Oh yeah, that's right, strongbox. Yeah, I gotta get rid of some artifacts. I'm in a strongbox noblesse pieces on this one. 'Cause I still really want to build a sub DPS Xiangling. Grinding ranks? Oh, I guess so. I guess so. I mean, like, the thing is, though, is, it's, okay, I've grinded in a similar game before, right? Like, that has, like, a ladder system. So, obviously, there's, the Clash Royale is the... Hang on, is there anything else? Yeah, Clash Royale is the most similar game that I could think of that has, like, a ladder system that's, like, similar to most shooters. And it really, like, you can't just grind it, right? Because, like, every game you play, sure, there's a chance you'll get more points or whatever it is, trophies. But there's also a chance that you'll lose some. So it's not necessarily a gamble because, like, it's also skill based. Because, like, the better you play, the higher your odds are that you're gonna get more instead of lose some. But it's also a bit of a gamble because it's RNG who you're gonna be paired with, right? Like, you could be like a really good player, but you could get paired with an even better player or a player that's just as good as you, but you just so have, like, this game just doesn't go well for you, right? Like, especially in a game like Clash Royale, for example. Like, your cards coming out is based, like, in which order your cards come out is based on RNG, right? So there's like different levels of RNG. I guess in shooters, it's like there's slightly less RNG in shooters, because, like, the more you've played that game, especially if you played more maps and there's just a lot more games compared to, like, everyone else, you'll be at an advantage, right? Because, like, you'll have more experience in playing the different games, and like, obviously there's the skill variant too. Like, if you're just more skilled, like, just have naturally faster reaction time, right? Or, like, the more you game, like, the more, I guess, like, the sharper you are, right? Like, if you just so happen to have, like, the same amount of talent as, like, the people you're playing with, that you're often playing with, then it'll come down to a bit of luck, but mostly, like, who has managed to stay sharper than the other by playing more. Gotcha grinding? Gotcha? Which gotcha? Why did I even ask, man? I probably shouldn't have asked. I feel like asking was the wrong choice. I feel like asking was not something I wanted to do after seeing this many games. Also, what's AG? AG? What's AG? Where's that HP one? Ether Gazer. Oh, I think I've heard some people talk about that on stream. Clash Royale is a mobile game. It's a mobile, I don't know how to put it. Clash Royale is sort of like, there are some kinda similar games to Clash Royale, but what is this, man? If I use this like on a Zhongli, I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to huff some like real high quality copium. I mean, I'm about to right now, really, because like I really don't have anything else. At least it has, yeah, I guess so. And like, okay, whatever. At least like the crit rolls aren't too low, right? Like they're okay-ish rolls, but that really could have gone a lot better. Like those two crit, EM rolls, I got, those could have gone into like one crit rate and one crit damage, or like two crit damage rolls, and this would have been so like, I would have been so happy. I didn't realize I had some of these. Basically, Clash Royale is sort of like it's a card game. Like your units in the game are cards. Uh, I think, okay, this is kind of better, honestly. Of course, that'll have to that'll depend on. Oh, you know what? It's barely less. It barely has less crit damage, and like way more crit rate. So like this is, yeah, instantly better. It's a card game, and like when you basically like you put your cards down and the cards become units, and it's like a PvP tower defense. Yeah, yeah. It's like a card game PvP tower defense. That's sort of what it is. I think, yeah. I can't think of like a more like a simpler, an easier, or sorry, a more simple way to put it. It's a PvP tower defense game. But your units are also cards. Dude. Max crit rate roll. Almost max crit damage roll. And like you didn't even give me anything. Okay, I'm not running an attack. I'm not gonna run an attack sans. Because like I still want my Zhongli to have a thick shield. Man. I got 3 copium HP sands that are just barely better and or worse than each other. This is trash. I mean, I know I locked it and then I just said it's trash, but it's trash. I'm talking about the luck. The luck was trash. Okay, I'm just gonna trash the other one if I can find it. The worst one of those. Where are my plus 20s? Okay, probably down here. There. Okay, one of these. Yeah, this one. I mean, it's the only one that has ER, but it's also got the worst ratios. I think I'll just be quiet now. I think it's the time for me to be quiet. 0.2, 7.8. Oh, that's attack. EM. Okay. Okay. That's going on. That's going on YouTube. That's going on YouTube right now. Where is it? Okay. And post. Albedo piece? No. Hey, one day, you know, like in 15 years from now, when I get all the characters in the game, one day in 15 years from now, I'll get an albedo. This piece will be useful, right? Yeah, sure. It'll be useful then. Awesome. Truly awesome. Okay. Let's build, let's put the thing on Toma. What is on Toma? Whose build is this? Cryo? Cryo. Oh, no. Oh, wait, no, he's not wearing a goblet. Whose build is this? Oh, it's my Diluc build. Oh, yeah, okay, it's my Diluc build. Wait, let's put it on someone. Who doesn't have gear? Okay. Free 5-star albedo. Oh, you know, I might actually get albedo. You know, pretty soon. I mean, not the Genshin albedo. I'm talking about the Overlord albedo. Although the English dub doesn't pronounce it as albedo. The English dub pronounces it as albedo and not albedo. So, and I'm assuming it's the same spelling. So, yeah, one day I'll have. Why is this locked? Oh my god. What kind of copium have I been huffing this whole time? Okay, who do we want? No, I don't have. Wow, I don't actually have a usable piece, a usable flower for Zhongli, Zhongli sub DPS. Hmm. Wow, truly. Okay, I'm gonna have to raise some then. That's a better albedo. Yeah, absolutely, right? That is certainly an albedo that I'd plan to get. It's alright. Usable. Let's see if we can get a better one. Is it better? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's better. It's way better. Well, I mean, like, this has HP 33. That's way more crit value, though. Okay. Alright. Do we still have feathers that have potential? I have some plus fours, but I doubt these have the... Okay, I'm unlocking these right now. These are completely useless. These are probably ones that I locked way long ago, that I just sort of forgot to unlock. Okay. Looks like I don't have any more feathers that have potential. Oh, I guess there's one. Charlotte is good. Yeah. Yeah, man. Charlotte's good. I mean, like, she's good in a freeze team. She's a pretty good freeze team option. Eh. Wait, that was a feather, right? Alright. Flowers. And we get an actually good... Okay, I'm gonna lock this one. I don't think this is enough, like, to properly build a sub DPS Zhongli. My problem now, though, is my sub DPS Zhongli. I don't have a proper weapon for him. I'm not sure on which account I don't have a proper weapon for him on, but I'm pretty sure, like, at least on one of the accounts that I don't have him built yet as a sub DPS, don't have a proper weapon. Okay. That's pretty good. That's actually pretty good for a Zhongli. Wow, that's pretty good. Okay, crit ratio. Ah. Okay, ER. ER is yikes. But that's nothing. That's nothing a little Fav Lance can't fix. If I can just find him. Do I have another Fav Lance though? That's the question. Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. I can have an R3 and an R4 Fav Lance. Or sorry, R5 and R4 Fav Lance. Or I could just take this. Okay. Alright. What build do I have on him here? Oh, this is a... Yeah, this... Okay, I just remembered, yeah. This is like my tankiest Zhongli build that could still somehow do some damage. Like, not really good damage, but, you know, damage nonetheless. What cons does Charlotte give what? What cons give Charlotte ER? I don't remember actually. Probably C4, I imagine, because like C4 is typically where you get like those weird but like oddly useful constellations. It's an opponent marked by it will deal 10% more damage, restore energy to Charlotte. Yeah, okay, I was right. Yeah, C4. So C4, yeah, it's like that's one thing I noticed is like C4, whether it's a 5-star or a 4-star, C4 is typically where you get these like weird, weird constellations that don't seem very useful at first glance, but like in practice actually are kind of useful. Okay, a lot less HP, but a lot more usable. A lot more usable. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, I'm gonna have to level these up. Do I have enough stuff though? Do I have enough books? 6. How much is the next one? I don't remember. Philosophy is gold. Slime concentrate. Philosophies of gold. This? Okay. Every anime recently has just been a copy paste, different format. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right actually. Like I'm subscribed to Muse Asia. I don't know if you know that YouTube channel, but from my understanding they're a company that pays to get a license of certain anime, and then they just show it all. They upload it to YouTube. And what I'm assuming is they're probably asking for like a really good deal, like a really good price to license these anime. And they've probably convinced these like anime license holders that it's better that we pay you and we make money on YouTube, because people who can't afford to pay for Crunchyroll or like whatever, like these other anime streaming websites are just gonna watch it they're just gonna pirate it anyway, and then like you won't get any money, right? So like I imagine that's probably the case. But yeah, and like a lot of the anime that they've been uploading for the last long while have been like basically along the same trend as like One Punch Man, like overpowered MC doesn't like, you know, like where no one knows they're overpowered, you know, stuff like that. 9 and 12. Okay. 12, 9 of the slime stuff. I was watching Okura's fight and it's fire. Oh yeah, yeah. Me Okura versus Ichigo? Yeah, it's like really cool. Easily one of the best fights in the whole anime. I feel bad that Okura had to die though. Like Okura is like easily could have been like I guess the king of Wekamundo. And I think he would have been a good king. I think he would have made a good king. Haribel, I think? Or is it Halibel? I don't know. Haribel, from what I remember, is who became the king of Wekamundo after Aizen. Sorry, after the... What was the name of the arc? After the Espada arc. Yeah, after the Espada arc, Haribel became the king of Wekamundo, and I think Haribel's fine. But I think, I don't know. Okura, I think, would have been an even better one. Yeah, there have been YouTube anime channels that upload episodes. Oh yeah, yeah, like it's so Muse is who I know of, and I remember hearing about one other one who's been doing it for quite a few years already, just like Muse. But there have been like an entire ocean of YouTube channels that probably, you know, like they probably did license the anime, but they use like some sort of AI to like scrub through different anime. And like make like a script like to summarize different anime and to like somehow make a video of it, and like it's all like automated. Hey, what's up, Sino? How you doing, man? You too embarrassed to show his second sword release to Aizen? From what I remember, he wasn't allowed to use it inside Wakamundo. Sorry, not Wakamundo. Inside what was the giant palace? Like the giant castle thing? I don't remember. Like he wasn't allowed to, or either he wasn't allowed to, or he like decided that he shouldn't use it inside because it was too powerful or something. And a PH. Oh, that's it. That's it. Yeah. And it is like gacha too. When there's a success, they follow what is successful. I mean, you know, that's sort of what business is, right? That's basically what business is. I mean, I know that you could like make a business out of what you're passionate about, but you could also, you know, just as easily make a business on like following trends. Oh man, my forearm is really hurting right now. Man, this is killing me. I'm not even using it very much. I use it way more when I play Brood War. And I'm barely using it now playing Genshin. In fact, I'm not even fighting. Okay, I'm pretty happy. Pretty happy. This Xiangling is sort of built. I would have preferred to like get somewhere around like 180 ER. I don't think 152 is gonna cut it. Like I still don't think I'm gonna be able to burst every rotation with this, especially in teams where there aren't other like too many other fav weapons, or like if I'm fighting enemies that don't drop, like they drop very few particles. But hey, that's one less thing to worry about. Oops. Stop. Okay. Alright. Second account then. You can say that for every business nowadays. Well, the thing is though, is like the business world, like everything is just super saturated right now throughout the whole world, like everything. So it's really hard to build out your own niche nowadays. So AKA Thanos was right. Thanos was right, yeah. You watch Naruto or like Tokyo Revengers? Not Tokyo Revengers. I remember hearing about that anime a long time ago, but Naruto definitely. I watched till Ichigo turned into something very different. A hollow without a heart. Yep. Last Noches. Last Noches, I just remembered. But Palace too powerful, which leads to destroy the palace. Yeah, yeah. And I think so from what I remember, Ulquiorra is the only one that has a second I believe they call it a resurrection. It's like their version of Bankai. In sword release form. I don't remember what the resurrection was anymore. I think that's what it was. They refer to it as their sword release, because it's not really a sword release, right? Like, because their power isn't in their Zanpakuto, isn't in their sword. They're not like the Shinigami. Man, oh, my forearm. Is it okay to farm artifacts at AR 45 now? Yes, it is, because you get full value for your resin. Really hard to build your own niche. People are just too lazy to do so. They just copy other people original ideas because that's what's selling. Well, one, that's wrong. Because you can build your niche, but like, you know, if you want to, you put in the effort to do it, but then like, will it actually be financially viable? Will it actually be, will you be able to monetize it in such a way that is sustainable, right? In a sustainable manner. Now that depends, right? Because everyone has a minimum amount of money that they have to earn, like, and that minimum amount of money, it depends on where you live, depends on like the living expenses of the place that you're planning to live in. So if you live in a country like the Philippines, for example, then your living expenses are going to be way lower, and this minimum number that you have to earn for, like, you have to earn for your business to be sustainable is much lower than if you were to live in somewhere like, I don't know, like New York. Right? And in that case, if you're planning to, let's say, okay, you're an artist, right? Like, you like to draw. There's artists, like the skill ceiling for the skill floor and skill ceiling for artists are the same everywhere in the world. But the amount of income, the minimum amount of income for you to survive is different in different places in the world. And let's say you're single. Your floor, like the minimum income that you have to is way lower. Is way lower It's a little easier for you to reach the like the sustainable amount of income in whatever niche you're trying to fill. But if you have a family, then that income floor is way higher, right? And if you can reach this income floor and somehow like manage to stabilize your income by fulfilling the niche that you want to fill in business, something that you're passionate about, great, congratulations. But not everyone can do that. So no, it is not easy, because like some niches are like really specific, and there's probably like only like a dozen people all over the world that will probably find out about you. And to many people, that's not enough. That's not enough to get to the minimum amount of income that you'd need to sustain at least like a comfortable living, right? Like I don't know, like even if you live in like a really low cost of living place and you're single and your family is well off, so you're not really like, all your money is just yours. There's nobody else that you'd have to help. Making it sustainable is hard. Filling a niche, I guess, is easy. Technically, you're right. But making it sustainable is hard. Forgot to comment this AC air conditioner. What AC do you mean? Put a dot up for thousands of dollars, someone will buy it. Yeah, but then will everyone buy? Will someone buy everyone's dot for thousands of dollars? I don't think so. If you Okay, like if you can put a dot on a canvas and sell it for thousands of dollars, then I'll believe that it's easy to fill a niche and like make a business out of that. If everyone could do that. That's why having my own house is one of the best investments rather than renting. Yeah, it is. It is. But like and that's also if you didn't pay way too much for it. Because if you paid way too much for it, you're basically going to be paying for it for, well, like more the rest of your life. So it's basically like renting. But as long as you got it for a decent price, or like you already had, like it was, it was from your parents, like it was an heirloom, right? Then yeah, awesome. That's perfect. But if you yourself have to like work so hard and strive to earn enough to buy your own house in like today's world in 2024, honestly, like in some places around the world, I think it's still worth it. But those places where it's still worth it to buy your own house are becoming like they're slowly going away. They're slowly disappearing. In many places around the world, it's honestly, I don't think it's even worth it to buy your own house. Like for example, okay, let's say you work in New York, you live in New York, or rather you have to live in New York because you work in New York, and like you're thinking, wow, like rent here is really expensive, so like I want to buy my own house. And by the time that you find a house, it's either too far for you to even, like it's too far from where you work, for you to even feel like it's worth buying the house, or it's too expensive that you're barely even gonna be able to afford anything else other than mortgage until you completely pay it off. And let's say, I don't know, like somewhere along the way, like within the next 20 years, within your mortgage period, something happens. You're forced to have to like, I don't know, request a restructuring of your mortgage. And like you I don't know, like you extend it like another 20 years or something, just to reduce the amount of payments, like the payments that you have to make. So like you start at, I don't know, the age of 30, 20 years, 50, another 20 years, like you'll fully pay it off by 70. So like at that point, it's basically your whole life already. Like, was it worth it? You know what I mean? And yeah, like I said, there still are quite a few places around the world where it is still worth it to buy your own house nowadays. But those places are slowly disappearing. It'll be someone out of there willing to buy bad art. There's literally a house in the world that costs hundreds of millions of dollars just because of art pieces. Oh yeah, of course. Owning a house with the right price that beats the price of renting every day is the better outcome. Yeah, yeah. But that is very slowly starting to become a myth. Because okay, so location, right? Let's say location. Um, House near-ish a hospital, near-ish a school, near-ish to a supermarket, and like basic necessities, right? Basic necessities. But like the amount that that house or land is gonna cost is going to be something that only, like, not even middle class people can afford, but like actual rich people can afford. And these rich people don't even, like, they can't afford it, and if they buy it, they won't even use it, because these types of rich people are so rich that they just have like so many different properties already, and they're the type of people that are typically that are hardly even like in the same city for long enough to enjoy their own property, because they have so many different businesses that they have to keep like flying back and forth between different cities to manage their different businesses. And like even then, some of them still prefer to just stay in a hotel because it's less maintenance. These types of people just don't have the time to maintain their own homes. And like for a lot of them, it's cheaper to just stay in a hotel rather than to pay someone to maintain these different properties. And in the end, a lot of these types of people, they'll have land, they'll have a lot of land, and by the time that they're 60 or 70, they'll realize, oh yeah, I had this. Okay, well, I guess this is another piece of property that my children will have to divide amongst themselves. Like like these types of people, they won't even get to enjoy the stuff that they bought. And like the people who actually needed it, right? Like the middle class working citizens who work in the city, needed a house in the city, couldn't afford it. How we talk about being creative to houses to being old. It's all connected, man. It really is all connected. It's all connected to economics and society. My grandma told a piece of her land that costs 500 pesos. Oh, and she bought it. Now it can go to 50,000, and that's how land is a big investment that you don't need to maintain it too much. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And like that's the thing too is like all the people, all the rich people, because the land value just keeps going up and up and up. People who can afford to buy more land than they need will buy more land than they need. Just because it's basically a free way for them to make more money. And I mean, I don't blame them. It's just because of how our current society and economy, like the world economy, is like designed to work. It was designed by rich people for okay. I'm sure they probably weren't like when they were planning all of this, like way back then, like hundreds of years ago. I'm sure they probably weren't thinking, "Oh, we're gonna make it like this so that we get a lot of money and everyone else suffers." No, like I'm sure they probably they probably had at least a little bit of like a little like some good intentions, right? Like they probably thought, well, if we make the system work like this, like this, like that, we can make more money using more money, and at the same time, we can give people that don't have money jobs so that they can make money, right? Like I'm sure they made it that way, they designed it that way, but at the same time, the priority was that so that the rich people would not lose money and instead make more money. And then like the problem is like it just kept going, kept going, kept going, and because of this, the economy has become sort of like a bubble where it just keeps on getting bigger and bigger and bigger, but then like that bubble also keeps getting thinner and thinner and thinner, and because of how thin it is, like the smallest disturbance might pop that bubble. In our case, like you guys and me now in 2024, something like COVID could be that disturbance that pops that bubble. Something like a giant, like a huge policy change could pop that bubble in the case of China and Evergrande. So, yeah, I don't know, like, um, so I don't want to get too much into religion. I'm not a very religious guy, and I don't like. But I have been baptized, and like I have my own beliefs, right? Like, and obviously I'm a believer as well. But I'm just not like as religious as like most people are. But, um, man, okay, I think the world as it was made is perfect. I think like everything was made perfectly. But this system that we have now, this society, this economy that we have, was not made by God. It was made by men. Men who have agendas. Men who have plans. So, and obviously, we're not God. So, whatever we make, no matter how much planning we put into it, will never be perfect. And yeah, that is something that I've thought about for quite a few years already. Like why is like And it's not even because like I think about economy, I think about society, I think about this, that, people suffering, whatever. I am like I get to these thoughts by thinking about how I feel. How is my life now? Like how do I feel now? I feel sad that I can't, like I'm still using this free $100 smartphone from 2019, I think. Yeah, 2019. Free $100 smartphone that I got along with when I bought my laptop in 2019. And my brother's $200 smartphone from 2017. And I'm happy. I know that a lot of people have it way worse than me, don't even have a smartphone, don't even have the ability or any capability of even saving up for a smartphone. And I know that to some people that's not important. But for me, it is important. And they're really slow. And I feel really sad that I cannot save up for a decent phone because of how much I'm earning for in relation to the amount of education I got and my life choices leading me to here, instead of like going straight forward one direction and focusing, like hyper focusing on one career. And yeah, and then I eventually, after much thought and deliberation, I get to these thoughts where I think about, why are we like this? Why is life so hard for the average person, etc., etc. And then like I eventually get to the point where the world was perfect. But then again, people had to make their own world. And I get it. It was like, I'm sure it started off with great intentions, right? Like for example, we have trade now. Trade is a vital part of the world. And if we never, and at some point, like if you slowly start to play in reverse human history, I'm sure at some point you'll get to the point where fiat currency didn't exist. And by fiat currency, I'm talking about like the current form of money that people have all over the world. And this fiat currency, it didn't exist. But I'm sure trade already existed, right? Like try and think about it. A hunter does not know how to farm, but can hunt animals all day long. So they have meat, they have fur, they have, I don't know, like they can make blankets, they can make belts and stuff. And yeah, like I said, they have meat. A farmer does not know how to farm. Does not know how to hunt. So they have vegetables. A fisherman does not know how to farm, does not know how to hunt, but knows how to fish. So they're going to have a bunch of fish. So at some point, the fisherman's going to want to treat his family to some meat. At some point, the farmer is going to need a blanket or a jacket, right, or a coat for winter. So they're gonna go to the hunter and say, "Hey, you have any fur? I could give you some vegetables for it." And then voila, trade. Instead of the farmer having to instead of the farmer putting himself in danger because of the lack of experience and hunting they have, just to try and hunt on their own. Right? Instead, it got easier by trade, and people are able to focus on what they're good at. And at some point, hunting and gathering turned into farming. And then, like, when everyone became a farmer, of course, other people have to take care of other stuff too, like farming for cows. Now we have a cow farmer. Now we also have a vegetable farmer. Now the cow farmer needs vegetables, and the vegetable farmer needs milk. And voila, trade. And then at some point we kept farming, we stopped hunting and gathering. And then because of this, our lives became a lot safer and our food became a lot more abundant. And then population blew up. And then, Thanos was right. But yeah, anyway, like in all seriousness, yeah, population exploded. We suddenly had so many people because people weren't dying from the dangers of hunting and gathering. They weren't getting bitten by snakes while gathering herbs and berries and stuff. Yeah, and then like the most direct way to sustain that kind of society where someone focuses on doing this, someone focuses on doing that, was with trade. And at some point it became easier to trade by using sticks and stones to act as money. And then at some point somebody invented fiat currency, somebody invented banks, insurance, and then we have our modern economy. I'm talking about getting paid in dollars, but living in the Philippines is what some foreigners do. If they have remote work in their countries, instead of living in their countries... Oh yeah, you're right. Their salary is not enough in their country. You know, that's actually one of the many reasons why a lot of old, retired white people that don't really have families anymore decide to just, get together with someone in the Philippines. Because their pension in America might be just barely enough to cover their medication, but in the Philippines, like that is a really good living. Like, okay, my wife used to work as a cashier in Ace Hardware, and it wasn't like an Ace Hardware that was like outside, like it was in like an SM mall. And a lot of foreigners they like to buy from brands that are familiar, aka Ace Hardware. And so my wife got to talk to a lot of these like foreigners that went there like over and over again. And one of them just got, like, I don't know, like he was just really friendly. And at some point, like their conversation with my wife got to the point where he talked about how much his total pension was. Like, how much he was earning just in pension. Like the guy was retired. His pension amounted to almost 200,000 pesos a month. 200,000 pesos a month, dude. You can't even earn that much as an engineer, as an architect here. Like you can maybe if you own your own architectural firm, but like as an independent architect, like working for an architectural firm, like dude, no. Nobody earns that much here in the Philippines. If you work here in the Philippines. So yeah. A lot of foreigners who earn way more, like their currencies are way, their economies, the economies of the countries that they lived and worked in for a very long time, they decide to live in these low, what's the word I'm looking for? Low cost of living places to live in. Some virtual assistants are Filipinos that are getting paid like regular jobs in the USA, but living in the Philippines, cost of living is cheap. Pays regular job in the US. You know, a lot of these virtual assistants are not actually. They're not actually getting paid. Like how much they would be paid if they were. Let's say, for example, they work as a virtual assistant for a US company. If they were actually to be paid, like as how much they should be earning if they were actually working in the US, because it's a US company, they should be earning somewhere around 500 pesos an hour. And I know some of them do. Some of them do. But it's mostly like the really highly experienced ones. But they're also like, dude, that's minimum wage, right? That's minimum wage in the U.S. But the virtual assistants that are getting these kinds of salaries here in the Philippines are some of the highest experienced like virtual assistants, and they're also like virtual assistants of like people who own like 6 different companies. Maybe not like 10, like, like, what is the, like, okay, million, deca million. I think that's the right term. Yeah, they maybe not like, companies that are worth deca millions, but certainly at least somewhere close to a million each, right? So like, wouldn't you think that this is supposed to be like a highly skilled individual that would be earning way more than minimum wage in the Philippines? Or sorry, like if they were living in the US, if they were a US citizen, were living in the US, they'd be earning like $20 to $30 an hour probably. But instead, they earn minimum wage. Passport bros? What do you mean by passport bros? Oh, hey, what's up, Cherry? Long time no see, man. Haven't seen you in a while. And I didn't get any good artifacts for Xiangling. That's 500 per hour is a lot here in the Philippines, but when you live in the US, that's no. Well, I mean, like 500, I mean, it is enough, but like just barely. If you're single, yes, it's just barely enough, because like that's like minimum wage in the US, right? Like $8, $9, $10 an hour. But yeah, 500 is a lot here in the Philippines, but then if you have a family, and depending on where you live, and obviously depending on your expenses, depending on your lifestyle, 500 is a lot. It's like, it's actually way higher than minimum wage here in the Philippines. But you'd be surprised by how by how not far that goes. Because like I don't earn anywhere near 500 an hour. But I certainly don't earn 10% of that, right? Like I earn, a bit higher than that, but even then, I still feel like I still honestly, I feel like I'm earning minimum wage. Because of the type of work. Okay, so the type of work I have means that I earn more than the minimum wage here in the Philippines. But also, because of the type of work I have, my expenses are way higher. I have to rent an apartment that is in a certain location in the city, so that it has stable electricity and actually has good internet available. Anywhere outside of these areas, rent will be a little bit cheaper, but I can't work. You don't know, you know what I mean? So like, it's, you earn more, but you also might have to spend more. And like, in the end, it's back to square one. Term used to describe men who travel the world to date women from other countries. If finding a woman abroad is a key goal in their travel. Hey, I can't blame them. I'm a dude. I probably wouldn't do that even if I had the money, but I still understand it. I can't blame them. Yeah, certainly the Philippines, Asia, I think in general is one of, yeah, how did you put it? Like a country that is like a passport bro. I don't know like how you put it. I forgot. Yelan 82 pity and Aqua Simulanka 20 pity. 20 pity? Also, okay, I'm sorry, Cherry. I know that you're like on the casual side. Uh, Practically, you didn't need Simulacra, but seeing as you got it at 20 pity, it's fine. That's good. Um, but yeah, no, honestly, like practically, just practical reasons, like nobody really needs Simulacra. Um, but hey, congrats. That was like super lucky weapon banner pulls, and congrats on the Yelan. In the Philippines, earning $600 is enough for a family. Sorry, $600? Or are you referring to like what do you mean? 600 a month? You mean 600 a month? It that depends like on where you live. If you live in my city, like with my kind of work, 600 I would say is kind of comfortable, but not. It's not gonna. It's not gonna like. It'll take you some time to save up, and by save up I mean like save up for like a down payment on a car, or like save up for like a down payment on a loan, or like a down payment on a mortgage, or a down payment on a loan for like to start up like a small business or something. But if you live in Manila, that's $600. That's not even enough for rent. Like the condo that we rented uh for that startup company that I worked for, because our investor told us, you know what, no, don't rent an office space. I got an office that you guys could use, but no, like I'm just gonna give you $700 a month and that's for rent. Just go rent a condo, you live there, you work there. That's what he said. That's what he that's what he did. Like the condo we lived in cost $700 a month. So like if you live in Manila, no, $600, absolutely not. Uh, yeah, it's kind of nuts. Although like the condo that we rented though was not fully paid yet, and like because the water bills came from the building admin, it like in the same piece of paper, I also saw like how much the owner was paying every month for the unit, and it was like half. It was like somewhere in like 17-ish thousand pesos, and our rent was 35,000 pesos. And I mean, that's sort of like the easy way to do business. Like, take your expenses and then just double that, and then that's how much you should charge customers. It's just a guaranteed way to not lose money. And if you want to, I guess, like min max, right? Like if you want to min max, like you want to lower your profit margins but increase your market for whatever business it is. Let's say you're in the you're selling candy by the millions, right? Like obviously in that case, you don't have to do like the times two thing. You can like you're gonna have to do a lot of math, but you don't have to do the times two thing. Can you own a condo eventually? Like it's your own, no renting anymore. Sorry, enlightened my ignorance. Um, what do you mean? Like can you? Do you mean like because in China nobody can own property over there. Nobody can, like, yeah, like nobody can own property there. Like is when you say can you? Are you asking like are you able to? Like is it possible, or are you asking like if I am able to do it? What are these sands, man? Oh, that's attack. If it's possible. Wait, from what I remember, you're Filipino, dude. So, okay. In the context of what? Like, is it possible, like, legally? Or is it possible, like, like, is it possible for someone to earn enough money to buy a condo for themselves? Like, like, is it that? I mean, like, legally it is, right? Like, anyone can own property here in the Philippines as long as you can afford it. Um, yeah, and it's like completely different from China, where the only people that actually own land there are the government and farmers. The second one. Oh, okay, okay. Um, I mean, it is. You know, like, become a politician, and all those problems are solved. Yeah, get into politics. Get into politics, and all those problems are solved. No, I mean, like, seriously though, working for a private company. Yeah, yeah, certainly, it is very possible. Like, okay, here's an example. Okay, a family friend of ours. Um, from what I understand, my mom, I think she's my mom's cousin, like really distant cousin, because like her grandma has the same family name uh as my mom's mom. So like really, I don't know. I don't know if they're truly like blood related or just a coincidence. I don't know. But they seem to think so. And her husband is, I don't know exactly what his rank is, but he's like a pretty high up like official. Pretty high up official in Mitsubishi. Like, and by high up I mean like the type of guy who frequently, like almost every year, probably like more than once a year, gets sent to Hong Kong, gets sent to like Shanghai or like Europe, uh, like by their company just to be in a meeting. So he's that type of guy. And he works, right? Obviously, Mitsubishi, right? Private company. And he worked his way up. No, like really, he worked his way up. And oh, funny thing too, he didn't even finish college. He didn't finish college, like at least as far as I know. Or like maybe he did finish college, but like his major was just completely unrelated to the jobs that he was trying to apply for. And so what happened was they actually used, like, okay, they didn't, from what I understand of what my mom told me, is they used his wife's documents, like her transcripts, uh, to like to apply for a job. And like way back then, he used to work for Globe, and then he worked his way up, became a part of management, and like got quite high up in management to the point where like typically when you're like a field technician, obviously you get assigned a car, but then like that car you don't take home, right? Like you give it back, you give the keys back at the office at the end of the day. Like he got up to manage the type of management level where the company gave him a car. Um, like, and that car was like literally going to be his. Which and I, from what I understand, I don't think like they just gave it to him. I think like it must have been like some kind of like loan or something, where it would just be deducted from his salary or something like that. Um, at some point he resigned from there and then like started got a job in Mitsubishi, right? Like, and that's my understanding. Like in his case, he was a really smart dude, and by smart I mean like street smarts, not like academic smarts. Because like I just said, right, like they had to use his wife's transcripts because his wife just had much better grades than he did. So um yeah, but he was really street smart. He was really street smart. He knew how to talk to people. um he knew how to build connections. He knew how to maintain those connections. Yeah, he was really street smart. And that's, yeah, in like, so I have an example of someone who works in private industry and worked his way up. So I will say yes, it is possible. It is possible. But I don't know, like out of like one out of every 500 people, maybe even 1,000. Because like there's only one of him, right? But then he probably has like a couple thousand subordinates, right? There's probably like 50 to 100 supervisors and like lower ranked management below him, and then like each of those people probably have like 100, like anywhere from like 20 to 100 people under them, right? So like when I say, yeah, one out of 1,000 people could afford to, yes, it's one of 1,000, like one out of 1,000 people, maybe. Filipino convo, and since I'm not Asian, I'm just no. I mean, like, yeah, I know. We've been talking a lot about like Filipino economics and stuff. I mean, I don't know if it's even gonna be useful to you someday, but who knows, right? Like, I don't know if you're even fascinated by this. If you aren't, then I'm sorry. Just let us know. We'll start talking about other stuff. Just just get in the conversation anytime you want, man. Like, bring in another topic. As long as the person strives hard on his own, yeah, right. Intelligence you are talking about, better than academics IRL. Yeah, right. And that is something I do not have. Street smarts. Street smarts and knowing how to talk to people. I didn't have academics. I didn't have, and I don't have street smarts. And yeah, look where I am. I mean, like, all things considered, I think I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing pretty well, despite, the abundant bad choices that I made throughout life. Like, all things considered, I think I'm doing kind of well. Oh man, I don't have a good goblet. All right, this is gonna be rough. Well, gonna have to hope we get a good circlet then. Man, at this point, you know what? I'm gonna have to change the stream name. I won't have time to do Emelie's story quest today. Boney, I think that was you earlier. Like, you came in and then like you were like, did I miss Emelie's story quest? Like, I don't know if you were like actually looking forward to like doing her quest, for me to do her quest on stream. Like, if you were, I'm sorry. I won't, at this point I won't have enough time to do it. I haven't even done my resin stuff yet on my main account. I've just been stuck on my second and third accounts, just trying to do chores. These are basically like the boring stuff, like the boring parts of Genshin is what I'm doing. The chores. What should I change it to? Yeah, there it is. Taking care of chores. I have my good share in academics, but the other one, I'm slightly weak with that. Chore stream. Yep, certainly. Stream to do chores. Because I really haven't done this stuff in a while. Like, what's it called? Strong boxing? Right? Like, I'm sure you guys have seen me for maybe the last couple of days. Streaming and using up resin, and then just running out of space for artifacts. Just because I've been using up... I just haven't been doing chores. Man, I'm getting a pretty bad feeling about this already. There's attack, there's flat attack. So there's a 50% chance it'll be a useful stat, and a 50% chance it'll be a completely useless stat. Yep, there it is. Oh. 22 ER. I mean, okay. Oh yeah, I think It's not great, but it's a I don't know. I think it's worth keeping. That's you don't get that every day. You don't get 22 ER every day. It's not terrible. Unfortunately, I don't think Zhongli is gonna be built today on this account. Yeah, I'm gonna go through all these ones that have the potential to be good but aren't good yet. Oh, I don't have any more fodder. Yep, Zhongli certainly is not gonna get built today. Not really looking forward, just intrigued. Oh, I see, I see. I mean, like, like, if you were looking forward to, like, finding out what Emilie's story quest was about, my stream is not the place to check it out. Because, like, I don't really care. I don't really pay attention to the story quests. I just use it as, like, something to do on the stream while I chat with you guys. Didn't do Emily story quest yet. I just built HP on Zhongli and called it a day. Yeah, yeah, and like I also did the same thing for a very long time, but I don't know. Like, I feel like it's time for me to actually build Zhongli. I mean, I know I could just use Zhongli as an HP bot forever and it's fine, but I don't know. I'm just kind of jealous. Kind of jealous of my friend's Zhongli, and not just his Zhongli, but like the way he's built his account. And I know he uses way more resin than I do. He's like my whale friend. I mean, like he doesn't buy resin, but he uses all his fragile resin. Like, there's zero resin on his account all the time. Um, Technically, in a way, he does buy resin, but not directly. Like, he doesn't buy it straight out of like here. Oh, sorry, like straight from Genesis crystals. He gets more resin. You know how, like, if you get the battle pass, you get more resin. Yeah, like that's the extra resin that he has. Well, you have Homa, right? So more reasons to build crit, and we own only. No, I don't. I have Homa on my main account, but not on this account. Not on my third and my second accounts, which I'm on right now. And as you saw a couple of minutes ago, I built him on my third account. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, that is going on. That is going on YouTube right now. Jeez. Better than the other. I know, right? We somehow one-upped ourselves. And it's the same level. Yeah, it's the same level. They're both plus 18. $27. That is so much defense. Okay. I don't know if I want to put this on YouTube. Like, it's... Oh, you know what? Yeah, I guess this is going on YouTube. Yep. Wow, that was like right after the last one. So it's not as impressive looking because numbers are smaller. But the fact that it already had crit rate in there and managed to dodge crit rate the whole time. Oh, that's new. That's RNG for you. I mean, like, it was the very next one, too, right? Like, I literally just raised one with 27 defense. This one, obviously, not as impressive, but, like, somehow it's, I think, in its own way, it is impressive. It got all the way to plus 20 in one go, and somehow all the rolls managed to dodge this one stat. Like, it went into everything else except the one we actually wanted. Okay. This one's a max crit rate roll, but I've never had an artifact with this, like with these stats that have rolled well. So I'm not expecting this one to be any good at all. Hey, we have another Dodger. Roger Dodger. And by Dodger, I mean like really good at dodging. Dodging the stat we want, the one stat that we want. There are 4 substats on an artifact, not 3. But the game seems to think there are only 3 substats. I mean, I'm not even looking forward to this one, because like, typically when I have like a low, an artifact that starts with low crit rolls on it, typically they don't go well at all, and very often they go very poorly. Very often, yeah. I didn't say always though. I just said often. I'm just gonna shut up now. I'm not even gonna say anything about it. Goblet. I think didn't get... Okay, I don't remember anymore. Did I get a good Sans? I kind of remember that I didn't have any goblets. And that's like either... Was it goblet or Sans? And then I said, I hope we get a good circlet. Well, all these stats are useful. Okay. Well, anyway, I don't have any more fodder, so I'm pretty sure I won't really be able to build him today. But let's see what we can manage to scrounge together. Oops. It's 82 EM. Okay. And okay. All right, let's try that, and then if that doesn't work, Charlotte doesn't really. I don't know. Like, I don't think Charlotte does good personal damage, so I think it might be okay for me to swap these. Um, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Okay, where's that circlet? Not bad. Not bad at all. Why is this locked? I'm gonna unlock that. Wait, do I have any other ones? Crit damage. Crit damage. Crit rate. Crit rate. I have one crit damage one. It's not that good. Okay, well that's that's the best we got for now. So I don't think I can trash that just yet. HP. Okay, okay, okay. All right. We have something. We have something. Okay, turn off that filter. We'll go get some HP. Crit rate, crit damage. I think we have a winner. Oh, hey, what's up, Blue App? How you doing, man? Streaming is harder than 9 to 5. People generally think streaming is harder than 9 to 5. To some people it is. I mean, it really depends on what you're doing. It depends on what you're doing, and it depends on how much you're doing it. Because, like, streaming, let's say, okay, you're a streamer and you stream video games, for example. So, okay, cool, fun, right? You play video games, and if you're one of the lucky few, you have enough viewers that donate, like that give you subs, like on Twitch or whatever, that donate, or like you have enough viewers that your ad revenue is enough for you to make a living off of it. Cool, if you're one of the lucky few. But then, how much streaming do you have to do to keep that up? Can you just do it for like 3 hours a day? Do you have to do it every day? Or can you only earn enough if you stream for 12 hours a day? Like, you know what I mean? So, if that's the case, if your viewers, if you don't have enough viewers, like, like the amount of viewers and or like people that donate to is only enough to make a living if you stream 12 hours a day every day, then yes, it is more tiring than a 9 to 5. Especially if the type of game that you're playing, the type of game that you're playing is, it's like Genshin Impact, for example. How can you play Genshin Impact for 12 hours a day? Maybe you could do it for like a month if you start on a brand new account. 12 hours a day, you just grind through everything, right? Like maybe 2 months. But then, like, after you've done all your exploration, all the world quests possible in the game, you've farmed all the achievements that are possible, you've gone through all your Archon quests, you've used up all your resin, done all your dailies, done all the events, etc. How are you gonna play Genshin Impact for 12 hours a day? And then now, because you aren't streaming Genshin Impact only for 12 hours a day, a lot of your viewers leave. Right? A lot of your viewers leave, your ad revenue tanks. The odds of you getting donos from viewers goes down because there's a lot fewer people watching. Right? So yeah, it can be. Streaming can be harder than a normal 9 to 5. Right? Like, isn't that why a bunch of Western content creators they were so negative about Genshin Impact? Somewhere around 14 to 15 months after the game came out, because that was when the content started drying up. That was when they started to realize, oh no, we're caught up with the we're caught up with all the Archon quests, like, and everything. We've done all the exploration. We've made all the guides that we could possibly make. Now what do we do? They were so negative. They kept complaining. There's no content. Genshin is dead, etc., etc. Because the lack of stuff to do in the game means that they couldn't keep streaming Genshin, which, in their case, in a lot of their cases, was what what allowed them the opportunity to blow up on YouTube and or on Twitch. Wow, these stats, even with this flower, or sorry, feather, dude. Whoa. You know what? I don't care. I'm taking it. Sorry, Charlotte. Not bad. Not bad at all. Wow, alright. Okay, unfortunately, that's 39k even with Hydro Resonance. So that's pretty low Xiangling HP. Yeah, that's pretty low Xiangling HP. What can we use? Attack. No. I think ER might be the best. Yeah, it helps out the team anyway. Is this a self rant or some? No. Because I don't earn money from. I mean, technically I do, but I don't make a living off of you streaming. Like, dude, there's literally 3 concurrent viewers right now. Do you think I have enough? Like, that's enough people to watch ads for me to earn me a living? Like, I hardly ever see people donate, and like I don't mind, right? Like, it's fine, really. Like, the only people that I want to donate are really only the people who can afford to, like the people who just don't need this money. Like, they're like, oh well, I have this. Like, okay, you might as well have it. Oh, what's this? Oh, 500,000, sure. Oh, I haven't done the event yet. But yeah, like I don't oh, I don't make a living off of YouTube. It's just streaming for me is like, I play Genshin anyway, and streaming while playing Genshin makes playing Genshin for me better because it's a single player game. I hate the co-op mode in the game, so I have nobody to interact with, and I don't really mind if I don't have anybody to interact with, but like, I don't have any friends who play Genshin, so like whenever I see these like funny moments like that happen in the game, or like cool things that I get to do, I have nobody to share it with, and I'm not gonna die if I don't have any, anybody to share those moments with. But it would be a lot better if I did. Yelan. Okay. And the third team again. Oh yeah, Hydro team. Team Firefighter. Yeah, there. How much money are you getting per person from ad revenue? I don't know, like literal cents, dude. Okay, here. Let me go into my dashboard. Oh, sorry, not dashboard. Okay, I'm gonna look at the, let's see, analytics of my most recent stream. So this was yesterday's stream. How many views? 139 views. And this is like not even the people who watched live, but this is including the people who watched the VOD, right? Like after the stream ended. So analytics. How much? Okay, hang on. Analytics. Let's say, okay, revenue. Revenue. All right, come on, let's see. Okay, no revenue yet because that was just yesterday, so YouTube doesn't have analytics for that. Okay, let's go into the one from the other day. Analytics. Let's see. Revenue. Okay, estimated. Whoa. Oh. Okay, this was the stream that somebody gave me $2.20. $2.20 super. Okay, so revenue, estimated revenue was $2.26, but $2.26, but $2.20 of that was a super chat from some nice, wonderful person. Ad revenue was 0.06 cents. 0.06 cents. Let me check out the stream before that. The stream before that. Revenue. Okay, estimated revenue 25 cents. Okay, the one before that. Let's see. 25 cents. Revenue. Okay, 10 cents. So, yeah, dude. No, 100 views. You know, I'm honestly I wouldn't even blame YouTube if like one of their reps just came up to me, like just emailed me and said, "Sorry, man, we gotta delete a lot, like a lot of your old VODs because it's taking up too much storage, and you're not earning us enough ad revenue to make up for it." I wouldn't even blame them if they did that. I mean, I certainly would be unhappy about it, but I wouldn't even blame them. Like I would just understand because like I'm like, dude. Some of my streams are like 5 hours long, 6 hours long, 4 hours long. I barely have any streams that are less than 2 hours long. Like, think about how much storage on your computer a 2 hour movie takes up. Like, the smallest amount of storage that a 2 hour movie that I have on my computer takes up is maybe 600 megs, 600 megabytes. Please help. Sorry, hang on, Sino. Yeah, 600 megabytes, right? Okay, Google has like a really good, like they have their own internal like compression thing. So let's say a 2 hour stream takes up 150 megabytes on their storage. My last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My last 5 streams were on average about 2 hours long. 5. Plus, this one's probably going to be another 2 hours long. Probably 3. Who knows? Hang on. 11, 12, 30. No, 2 hours. We're already at the 2 hour mark. Okay, so 6. 6 times 150, like 300, 900 megas. So that's a gigabyte of storage that I'm taking up. Okay, doesn't sound like a lot. But those are just the last 6 streams. How about like all, like, okay, and I have... Oh, I'm surprised actually. I've streamed 437 times since I started streaming, and this includes like the ones that are not public. I guess like I privatized them or like, yeah, I don't know, like I don't remember, but yeah, right, like 437 times. So let's say each of the on average each of those streams is 150 megabytes. That's a lot of storage. And I'm not the only YouTuber on YouTube, obviously. So yeah, takes up a lot. Never mind, you're not Potato. Who's Potato? Second account. Oh, okay. Genshin Enka. What do you need help with specifically, Sino, on this second account? I mean, I can't review like the whole account. Also, also, Sino, you need to enable your thing. You need to enable your thing. Nobody can see your thing if your showcase thing isn't public. It's this thing. Edit profile, this thing. Show character details. Hey, what's up, Blob? How you doing, man? EM, elemental reactions, my attack team, skill and burst, HP, charged attack, and of course this thing, crit damage, of course. You know, I'm not sure how I feel about this. Like, I'm curious to see how much a C3 Raiden Shogun is gonna do here, when even my C0 Raiden Shogun was doing like 300 plus K. I don't know how much a C3 Raiden Shogun is gonna do. Oh, by the way, I just remembered, this is a C2 Nahida, so this is certainly gonna do way more than that other account. If only I could just play better. Okay, 84K. 84K. 81K. Was that a hyper bloom or was that a? I'm trying to pay attention to the green numbers. I saw 77K in there. Okay, I'm gonna use my burst so Nahida can get even more EM. That's the biggest green number I can see in here. And none of these enemies are tanky enough for me even to get to Al-Haytham in my rotation. Some goofball? You had similar profile pictures? Oh. Pulled for Nilou. Didn't want her. Said she only wanted her to stare at her taking Nilou's... What? Actually... What? It pulled for a character so that they could stare at them? You could just stare at a picture of them from the internet. Okay, 420, nice. Okay, 420. Very nice. Okay. Just so you know, this is a C3 Raiden Shogun, so. And honestly, I was kind of hoping that I would get to like 500, but apparently at this scale, the difference between C0 and C3 Raiden Shogun doesn't scale that high anymore. Although I am happy to see like the 70k charged attacks though. I'm getting Raiden 5.0 hopefully. Hey, good on you, mate. Oh, that Spartan simp. Spartan was into Ayaka. I don't know if he's into Nilou. I wouldn't blame him if he was, though. Man, this roll hydro there. Okay, so now that I've built Zhongli as a sub DPS on all of my accounts, I have a bit more incentive to actually pull for his C2. I know it's crazy, but C2 Zhongli actually makes it so that, like, if you build him as a sub DPS, it's actually worth trying to burst every rotation. Because instead of spending 2 seconds on the field with him and not doing any damage just to get a shield, you might as well spend 3 seconds on him, get a shield, and do some damage. I haven't done that event yet. That's okay. Only 2 have been unlocked so far. Dendro and then Overload. Okay. Overload. Where is Chevres? There she is. Yeah. That's the HP team. Charged attack team. The EM team. And the attack team. The skill and burst team. And of course, 100 crit damage. What a Nilou? And you took her? Just so you can stare at her? And I actually wanted her for Hyper Bloom. I mean, it's a nice thing that it doesn't work like that, right? Like, just because someone got Nilou, it doesn't mean you don't get your Nilou because someone took it. It's all digital. Of all the times for him to teleport away. Wow, 80k? I've never seen my Nevelets do that.
私は下げず
Can't deny she is hella pretty. Can't stop staring. Oh, she is, yeah. Especially with her new skin. Honestly, if I only had enough primos, I might have actually gone and gotten Nilou. Like, Nilou's a pretty good character. Like, she's certainly not gonna top DPS tier lists, right? But she is up there. She has really good AoE. But in AoE tier list categories though, I think she's up there. Like, she's one of the top ones. Oh, no. Didn't mark the other one. Shenhe exists, RJ. I mean, like, okay, Shenhe's a different kind of, you know, she's a different kind of character, you know? That's for different kinds of people. Oh no, this is not gonna hit. Oh my god, 90k a charged attack? Okay, let's see how much. 514k. Jeez. This feels unfair, man. I feel like a bully. I feel like a bully. It just disappeared. Oh my god, 97k charged attacks. Okay, now granted, I have seen higher than that from Wales and in Abyss. Not even in this like severely bloated like event, like where everyone's damage numbers are incredibly bloated. I've seen higher numbers than those from Wales, but man, just it feels nice. Feels nice. Streamer's been streaming for 12 days straight. I mean, that's not uncommon. It's not very common, but it's not uncommon either, right? Like streamers quite often do something that they call subathons. It's a Twitch thing. I don't think it's something that happens on YouTube, but yeah, like on Twitch, that's quite common. Streamers do subathons where they stream for like a very long period of time. In fact, I remember this. There was this one time where I was just curious, to see like what a subathon was. So I saw a name that I was familiar with, Tectone. I saw that like the name of his like stream was called Subathon. So I was curious, like, what's a subathon? And I clicked on his stream. I'm not kidding. He was sleeping. Like, the webcam was pointed at his bed. Like, he was under the covers, but like, he was there. He was sleeping. And people were there. People were watching him sleep. I don't know. Some streamers go like a couple of days typically during subathons. With Kujo Sara and it will double? No, I don't think so. I don't think it will. I mean, like, maybe? Yeah, Kujo Sara instead of Xiangling. I don't think it will double though, but I could probably get to like 700k with Kujo Sara in there. Wait, hang on. What's my score here? How do I look up achievements? Oh, here. I might get that number. Yeah, I might get to that number if I put Kujo Sara in there. $100 ER. Okay, that is a significantly worse build than on my other accounts now. Like, cause like if I swap this over to Fav, it is immediately significantly worse. Yeah, really only Homa is propping this build up. Oh, second account. Did you refresh it yet? I mean, like, did you enable it? It doesn't update immediately on Enka. I don't know how long it takes to update on Enka. I don't know, like maybe half an hour, an hour. But yeah, like it doesn't update immediately. So even if you turned on your thing. Yeah, I told you earlier. I don't know if you heard me, but I said it earlier. I even showed your account on screen. Like, it's still here. I haven't closed it yet. Like, you have to enable your thing. If you log out of Genshin, it said it should refresh. What? Who logs out? No. Yeah, the Inca thing doesn't update very quickly. Maybe half an hour to an hour. You guys have to remember, Inca is not an official Genshin thing. It's a third-party website. Right, so like, however Inca is getting their data, it's not through official means. As for me, I just look up Genshin Enka. Sorry, excuse me. Uh, did I strongbox already on this account? I think I did yesterday. Oh, more HP. More HP, more attack. For slightly less crit rate. I'm in. Okay. Yeah, okay, I think that's better. Too big of a crit rate sacrifice. Wait. 67 202. So this is like 67 130 something. Okay, that's better. HP. No. I think this is better. Okay. Not bad, not bad. A lot more usable. Feather could be a lot better though. I see, do we have any good feathers? Have ants ever tried to burrow in your guys' PC? Oh, you clearly were not here for that stream, Boney. You clearly were not here for that stream. So I did a stream once, couple of months ago, where I talked about how ants were trying to get into my keyboard. Like no joke, they were trying to like live in my keyboard. I noticed that there were a bunch of like during that day. I noticed that there were a bunch of ants getting on my table randomly. Like they didn't seem to be going or coming from anywhere specific, but I noticed quite a few ants, and I noticed some of them were coming out from under my scroll lock button. And then I kept catching one, I kept catching another one, another one, another one. And they just never stopped. So I decided, okay, like all throughout the entire day, I took off the scroll lock key on my keyboard, and then like they weren't under the keycaps. So finally, I thought to myself, like, this is way too many. There's way too many of them for this to be just a coincidence, for this to just be random. Yeah, they were trying to colonize my like the inside of my keyboard. And so at some point I decided, you know what? And that was my first time ever opening up my keyboard. It's just a cheap like $5 keyboard, A4 Tech $5 keyboard, but hey, I love this thing. Cuz it's cheap, it's reliable especially for the price. So I opened it up, and there they were. They were trying to colonize the inside of my keyboard. And yeah, it was kind of nuts cuz like, okay, here's the thing too. Okay, open it up. Took all the plastic bits that weren't going to get broken, like, getting wet. Completely washed it with soap and stuff. And then once it was fully dry, put it back together. And then the next day, I was seeing ants again. And then like later that evening, I was like, okay, I don't think they're gone, because like it felt like it was still as many ants as the day before. So I opened it up again, and yeah, they were there again. They were trying to play Genshin. Interesting. Oh, that's not bad. Is that better than the one I have though? Not really. I mean, it's a keeper, I think, but it's not better than the one I have. Hey, what's up, Based? Base Hussein, how you doing, man? Does this have the potential to be better? I guess it does. Okay, not anymore. There it goes. All the feathers that had potential gone. Okay. I guess that's as good as this Zhongli is gonna get. When ants die, they relieve. Relieve? I mean leave. Ascent. The colony. So the colony knows they're dead, so more will come back if you kill one. More will come back to do what? Not doing good. My wife's dad died yesterday. Oh, dude. Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Man, that sucks. You know, I mean, like, okay, so you'll probably hear me talking about like economy, this, society, that, and like like I don't hide how old I am. Like I frequently talk about how old I am, and I'm not young anymore. But despite me being already in my 30s, I don't think I've come to terms with the fact that my parents and my wife's parents are getting old already. Like, I don't think I've come to terms with it yet. I still, like, to some degree, like, some part of me still feels like I'm that kid from, like, 25 years ago that, will go downstairs to eat lunch when mom says it's time for lunch, go downstairs to eat dinner when mom says time for dinner, and then go to school when mom says time to go to school. And then when I come home, like dinner and lunch will be ready. And that will be and then like thinking that will be what life will be forever. If I don't know, it still feels like I know. Obviously, I'm old enough to know that that's reality, but I don't know. I don't know what to do when that day comes. He was not that old. Some inexperienced doctor killed him by the wrong medication, dude. Okay, I know that it like somebody just died, and like right after that, you're gonna make someone else lose their job. So like it's like bad news. But like somebody needs to, yeah, somebody needs to take responsibility for this, man. That's terrible. Like, have you done anything like to try and go after that doctor? Why not, dude? Like, that's your right. Dude, that's why doctors get paid. That's why doctors get paid so much. Dude, you have to. Because, like, if that doctor killed someone, they're likely to kill some other people, like more people. And it's not about like getting revenge or like like it'll bring my wife's dad back or anything. And it's not even like, even if you don't think about like saving more people, saving other people, right, from that doctor and his malpractice, but it's about It's about teaching him a lesson, even. Right? It's about teaching him a lesson. Like, because now that like he's killed someone from his inexperience and maybe, I don't know, like malpractice, if you're just gonna let him get away scot-free, he's gonna think, like, he's not gonna learn his lesson. He's not gonna learn his lesson. He's not gonna think, oh, I have to be careful next time. And I understand, like, if the guy gets his license revoked, there's no more next time. But that's why doctors get paid so much. Because if they don't do their jobs right, they lose their jobs. They lose their entire careers. That's what's at stake for them. And the fact that this doctor understand, okay, inexperience, we're all human, people can make mistakes, I understand that, but that's what they're getting paid so high, so much for. That's why I don't go to Indian local. Jeez, man, dude, like, you know, you really should go after him. You really should. I know it's like a lot to deal with, especially like in a moment like this. But there's no better time to go after him. Like, you can't wait like an entire year. Because, like, if you give the guy time, like, you're giving him time to make up excuses. Because, like, courts will not know what's actually medically accurate or not. Right? Like, the judge doesn't know that. Especially after, like, it happened long ago. Records are gonna be scarce. Not gonna be very accurate. Not gonna be very reliable anymore. So yeah, like, it's, so obviously, yeah, even if not for revenge, then at least to try to save people from that, from a doctor like that, and to teach him a lesson, to be more diligent in life, to actually, because, like, he's a doctor, right? He spent like however many years in med school, spent a lot of money in med school, and then, like, in the end didn't even do his job well enough or, like, carefully enough to not kill someone. That is someone with a lack of discipline. Like, even if the guy gets his license revoked and, like, one day he, I don't know, like, works in construction, if the guy didn't learn his lesson, he might as, like, it's very likely that he might get someone else killed in the future. Like, I don't know, let's say he gets his license revoked, like, comes out of prison, and then, like, one day, like, when he's like 50 or something, goes into construction, and if he still didn't learn his lesson, he could still potentially kill someone. Because like, it's possible that it's not the lack of experience, it's possible it's just the lack of discipline, the lack of just, like, I guess, poor decision making, right? Who knows? Don't study, they just do they just make a fake license. Oh, dude. Thankfully, though, here in the Philippines, that's not a thing here. People coming up with fake doctors' licenses. But man, that sucks, dude. That's a thing in India? Sino, your thing hasn't updated yet. I just refreshed it, and yeah, it hasn't updated. Yeah, so if you really want to review for this account, you might we might have to do it another stream. Just make sure to enable the thing, the show character showcase thing. Yeah, in time for the next stream. I still might stream tomorrow because I still have stuff to do. I still have I still have to do the Imaginarium Theater on my third account and Emilie's story quest. At least now that I've done my chores already. Yeah, I won't have much in the way of like stuff that'll keep me from, doing the other stuff. What? I don't like. Okay, the words that are coming out of my mouth are not making any more sense. That's a good sign. That's a sign for me to end the stream already, because I'm not making any more sense. Speaking of polluted country, did you know that the Philippines, the Philippines contributes the most garbage in the world's oceans, and we're first by a long shot, like a really, really long shot. Okay, let me see if I can get that article up that I found. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Let me see if I can. So this is from collectparis.com. So world's top 10 ocean plastic contributors. So the Philippines, number 1. India, number 2. Number 3, Malaysia. Number 4, China. Indonesia, Myanmar, Brazil, Vietnam, Bangladesh, Thailand. It's like... Okay, except for Brazil, everyone on this list is in Asia. Dude, this is nuts. And okay, here, I'm gonna show it on the stream. Where is it? Okay, there. Like, look at that. See? Like I said, the Philippines was first by a long shot. And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because I see how much garbage, like, not even just gets thrown directly into sea. I see how much garbage gets thrown into rivers here. And the Philippines has a lot of rivers. Not very big ones, but a lot. Like small, like from small canals into creeks, into rivers, like, and even waterfalls. I see how much garbage there is in these rivers. It's crazy. And obviously, where's that all going? Into the ocean. Another thing too is, like, I'm sure the maritime industry also contributes a lot to this. Because, so number one, okay, one reason, right? One of the many reasons is the Philippines has, the Philippines is an archipelago, right? It means it's like a bunch of islands, right? It's not just like one giant island like India, or like one giant piece of land like India, like China, like the US, etc. Right? The Philippines is an archipelago, which means, like, of one of the most common modes of transportation is by ship. And whether it's a merchant ship, by merchant ship I mean merchant ship refers to a ship that is like for trading and like for business. Whether it's a merchant ship or a passenger ship's probably even worse, because passengers on a passenger ship are not trained and disciplined in something called Marpol. Marpol is a subject in college. If you take up maritime, Like if you take up either marine transportation or marine engineering in college, Marpol is a subject, but it is also basically a huge part of international maritime law. Marpol, mar as in marine, and then pol as in pollution. Passengers are not trained and like educated in Marpol, obviously, unless if they're a seafarer. And even on merchant ships, bunch of merchant ships don't even like, they just throw garbage into the sea. Like their garbage just like another thing too is there are no facilities. I've never seen a port anywhere in the Philippines, including Manila, that has facilities that process garbage from ships. And not even just facilities. I've never seen a garbage truck come to port anywhere and then get garbage from ships. There's no facilities and there's no system. There's no infrastructure in order to take out garbage from any kinds of ships. So obviously, like, where's all that garbage going, right? Of course, all that's going into the sea. Yeah, that's another thing too, sewage water. Sewage water too. Yeah, so on top of like just creeks, rivers, just like, nobody cares here. Another thing is nobody, whoever, like the international, the IMO or the International Maritime Organization, they are responsible for international waters, right? Like they, like they don't have any jurisdiction in local waters. So obviously they can't, tell the Philippines like, hey, get your act together. And I don't know, like, is there, I don't even know of a government organization that like whose job it is to help enforce the IMO, the International Maritime Organization's Marpol rules and laws. Marpol, marine pollution. I don't know if there's even a Philippine government agency for that. Therefore, nobody is enforcing marine pollution laws here in the Philippines. May I come in, sir? Hey, RJ, what are you teaching? What are you teaching? I'm teaching non-Filipinos how much Filipinos contribute to the world's ocean trash. and why? Y'all's water definitely tastes like Bacteria City. Oh, it's like, okay. Here's another example too. So in my city, like literally in my city. Okay, it's a lot better now, but let's go back 15 years ago. Yeah, 15 years ago. And before that, right? Like 15 years ago, going backwards into the past, from even when I was, before I was born, even. It's always been a well-known fact. In fact, it's been like, it's a joke here. Like people joke about it because it's true, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. But the part, like, okay, the city I live in has like, it's in a bay. It's in like a little bay, and it's a well-known fact, and it's such a well-known fact that people joke about it, have been joking about it for the last like 30, maybe 50 years. Because there's like a part of the city that lives basically along the beach. And like a pretty big chunk of the city too. and they just so okay, they pee in the water, like they just throw their poop in the water. Like some of these people's houses, like they don't have toilets, they just have a hole in what they refer to as their bathroom, and then that's where you dump. That's where you take a dump. Just goes straight in the water. And yeah, like it was like a very common joke that people made, that like you don't want to go swimming in those waters because like when you come up, if if you dive, when you come up, there's gonna be poop on top of your head. Yeah, people's garbage, people like pee, people's poop just goes straight in the water. It's a lot better now. It's been getting better over the last maybe 5 to 10 years, but it's still pretty bad. E. coli virus. Yeah, definitely.
Melusine はフォンテーヌが誇る美しき生命体だ。彼女らとは良い関係を築くといい。決して傷つけたりしないように。
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, there's so much wrong with this world. There's so much wrong in this world. So, yeah, again, Thanos was right. I'm sorry. I agree. I do think that's true, but at the same time, I think it's a funny joke, because like there ain't no infinity stones in this universe, and even if there were, ain't no one trying to collect all 6 and snap half of the universe's population away. So, yeah, I agree it's true. But I'm also laughing because, like, there's nothing we could do about it. Why cows have hooves, not feet? Because they're lactose. The punchline to this sounds familiar. Didn't you tell this punchline yesterday? I don't think this was the same joke, but the punchline was the same. Yeah, anyway, it's getting kind of late, guys. I'm gonna have to hit the sack. Especially because I don't necessarily have to wake up early tomorrow, but I do have to at least like try to wake up early. Because I gotta help out my dad with something, and like he didn't get my message tonight. Oh, he did get my message. Okay, yeah, he did get my message. Okay. So hopefully he has a plan for tomorrow. Anyway, my dad is going to be getting his stuff from the house that they just sold and moved out of, and I'm gonna help him out tomorrow. Nimona? Oh, you guys know each other? Anyway, I'm sorry, Nimona. You came at a bad time, man. Yeah, I'm about to end the stream. Anyway, so if you guys need any help building your characters' accounts, making a decision which banners to pull for, feel free to join our Discord server. Links are in the description of all my videos, VODs, and streams, and in the pinned message in YouTube chat. If you want my opinion personally, you can ping me over there. My name is Elvis Einstein. Of course, you can ask for other people's opinions too. Thank you guys so much for coming by, hanging out, and being awesome people. Have a good day, good afternoon, good evening, and take care, everybody. Who's that again? Why won't my thing... This is annoying. I won't switch. It won't switch. Oh, there. This was... Oh, based Hussein.
自分の責任を
Okay. Oh, apparently he already left. I didn't notice. Anyway, if you're in case you came back, based to saying, again, man, like my condolences. I'm really sorry to hear about what happened with your wife's dad. I hope you guys get that jerk, because that dude should not be left alone. Anyway, bye everyone. Thanks again for coming by to hang out. Take care.